Hey folks, Brent here with Ottomatik. In this tutorial, I'm going to go through how you can use Ottomatik to back up your Supabase backups. Supabase is an awesome platform. It's basically a Firebase alternative that's open source, but at its core, it hosts a Postgres database. This is a phenomenal platform. We're huge fans of it. We're using it on other projects and realized that we could use Ottomatik to augment their backups that are built in. By default, they do have daily backups. Daily backups, as they mention in their docs, are suitable for projects willing to lose 24 hours worth of data if disaster hits at the inopportune time. This made us a little skittish for certain projects, so we thought of Ottomatik. So what you can do is set up hourly backups. You can also retain files in Ottomatik a little bit longer and have a little more controls around your backup. For us, our data is critical within Supabase, and you can do it within Ottomatik without setting up a server. To do so, you log in, create an account with Ottomatik, you get a 2-week trial, hop in. You can use our hosted storage or use your own S3 bucket or other storages we have. From here, you can create your database connection details. We'll call this Supabase. And I'll go to my Supabase login page here, or settings page. And database user is Postgres. And the default password initial database is Postgres, which is by default. And I'm going to go grab my paste in my password. Hit check and save, which will connect to the database to ensure that we can connect to it. We'll call this one Supabase Parachute. So we have what's called a parachute. And this parachute, what it does is it creates hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly backup jobs. Those are 4 sets of jobs that really give you a super comprehensive rundown of everything you need. This also includes rotation. So I'm going to run the job, the first one now. I'm going to run all the databases on the server. This will use PG dump all. And now I'm going to step through kind of what just happened. So I've got a monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly job that's going to run. So I can edit the parachute as a whole, which gives me those settings here, but I can actually go into jobs, which is what gets created underlying. And we can actually take a closer look at this job and kind of see some of the details that are happening on here. So this is using our serverless infrastructure, which is going to run every day at 12:15. It's going to run in 7 hours, and then it's only going to keep 7 copies. So the idea is daily, we're going to run it for a week. And then again, if we go back to our jobs, you'll see how this kind of works in. If we go check this one out, you'll see this keeps 24 hours. So we'll have 24 hours backed up, 7 days. And then as you guessed it, the weekly will run 5 copies. So you have a little redundancy there, and then a monthly parachute, which keeps a year's worth. So that's a pretty comprehensive hourly snapshot. This isn't a point in time recovery. You do get that on Supabase, where if you wanted to rewind to a specific exact time, these are logical backups. So let's check in on our dump that just happened. So we have here, this is our dump. It's not a ton of data. It's 13K. And the cool thing about this is, yes, you can back this data up on an hourly basis, but you can also restore it using our platform. So without having a server, you can actually pipe this to another server. So let's say you had your production data on here and you wanted to then throw that into development or a staging environment. You can use our restore capability and restore to that server. I'm just using the same server for the sake of brevity, but you can point this to a separate instance on Supabase. That's a different tier. This is a destructive action, so we do ask for a confirmation, and just keep in mind, this will be wiping away all the other data and replacing it. So yeah. Cool. So I just waited, it took about a minute and it restored that backup. So full cycle, this has downloaded and backed up my Postgres database, all the databases on my Supabase instance. It's going to do it every hour, every week, every month. And then you can also grab those snapshots from each of those times and restore them with the same access that you have. So we have a whole user system where you can kind of have a little bit finer grained control if people don't have access to Supabase, but have access to Ottomatik. Gives you a little bit more governance over the data. So yeah, that's a quick crash course on how to back up Supabase with Ottomatik.